Oh, I got nothing on this.
Honestly, I'll tell you what, this is going to be on record here.
Oh, okay. Darn it.
If the Bills lose this game, I'm coming in next week with a paper bag over my head saying fire Jerron.
Hi, and welcome to Buffalo Bills pregame show for Week 5 against the Browns. Okay, we have to talk about the quality of the opponents the Bills and Browns have faced. The record of the opponents that the Bills have faced is 8-8. The record of the opponents that the Browns have faced is 14-2. Drastically different. Justin, what do you think about that?
Well, it's going to mean that we still haven't seen the true Browns character yet. Can they beat a team that's as good as them? And can the Bills beat a team that is 0-4 at the moment?
I mean, the 0-4 is very misleading, in my opinion, because that record is just incredible in the teams they face. What do you think, Nakia?
I think it's deceiving also. I mean, yeah, they have the worst defense in the world, but they played the Vikings.
In the league.
In the league,
yeah.
Same thing. They played the Vikings and they played, the Broncos. Those are both 4-0 teams. They haven't lost a game yet, even though some people are kind of suspect about, the Broncos thinking they should be 3-1. But, like he said, we have to see if that's the true character of the team. They may actually have played some really good games, but they just had really good opponents the first month of the season.
Right. All right. Our top story is Derek Anderson. Is his job safe? All right, Nakia, what do you think about that?
Because we haven't seen him, I think his job is safe for now. I don't know if he's been horribly bad that we're gonna pull him and put Brady Quinn in just yet. Like you said, we have to see how they are against a halfway decent team. And unfortunately, the Bills may be his test. If he wins against us, then the job may be his.
All right, what do you think about that, Justin?
Well, Brady Quinn is the local boy. He's the glory boy for Cleveland. They're wanting him to take the job away, and obviously he wasn't doing too well to start the season, but then again, look at who they were facing. So it might be, if Derek Anderson is choking against the Bills, you might see Brady Quinn back in the game.
And the uncertainty at quarterback and also other things with the Browns gets me a little scared as a season ticket holder with the Kia. Going to enough games that I've been to the last 5 years, in my opinion, the Bills are going to lose a heartbreaker. It's just a scare of mine. It's just going to happen. And Nakia, what do you think? I mean, you've been here for how long?
I'm kind of leaning towards that also, just with like the whole New England game. We got off to a good start and we couldn't close. And with the New England, at least we had most of our starters. Now half the secondary is gone. So does the second team, if the first team doesn't know how to close a game, I'm not sure if the second team knows how to close it either. So I'm kind of iffy on this one too. It's definitely going to be a tough one. It shouldn't be, but I think it's going to be.
All right, Justin, what do you think?
Well said, really. It comes down to can we put it away, and historically speaking, under Dick Jerron, we haven't. And I think that Cleveland is going to give us one really strong fight. Really, I think that if all things go evenly throughout the game, we just won't pull it off.
All right, talking about the Bills' offense, Trent Edwards, Marshawn Lynch, what? I mean, 2 interceptions and 8 carries for 4 yards. What?
Pitiful. It really is. You don't have a line that can block. You have a guy that is coming off suspension and really didn't look all that good. It doesn't speak well for the Bills at this point. We need to have some kind of spark. And really, I don't know what it's going to be.
All right. Moving on. Can we beat a winless team?
Like I said before, I don't know if we can beat a winless team because they played really great teams. They played really great teams. I mean, just like last week with Miami, they were winless, but when you look at who they played a really great team. So Cleveland may not be as bad as, we make them out to be.
All right, and then, like I said before, the Bills have lost some heartbreakers Monday night against the Browns before, so that's what we kind of think about them losing that kind of game. So, in my opinion, can we stop Robert Royal? I don't know. He's a great player. I don't know.
You kidding me? A great player?
I'm just kidding.
I mean, he had his moments. He wasn't horrible the whole time.
I really disagree.
I mean, he wasn't a go-to tight end. He's not an Antonio Gates. He wasn't a Tony Gonzalez. But, you know, for what we needed, every once in a while he came up with some big plays. Not on a regular basis, the consistency that we needed. But every once in a while, you catch him on a good day, and you know, I mean, he did have not 4 touchdowns, but he did have one really, really good game. I don't want to say he had 4 touchdowns, but he did have one really good game that I can think of.
One in how many years he was here?
Right, in like the last 2 years. So I'm saying he's not. I mean, I think I hope we can stop him with, you know, the secondary we have. So, you know, we got to suck it up and get it together. We got to
clearly you disagree. Let's hear your...
Well, obviously he has stone hands. I mean, seriously, he was never that great at catching, especially the clutch ones. And frankly, I'm not afraid of him.
No, I'm not saying that either.
Oh man, I think we could put Keith Ellison on him all game and it should be A-OK. I mean, I'm not afraid of Robert Royal at all. I mean, as our producer was throwing the ball at me, I think I actually have better hands than him.
All right. For our last topic, I want to talk about who is the bigger joke, Buffalo or Cleveland? Because the Bills, I mean, they had their glory years, but now this last decade they've been terrible, and now the owner's getting a little older, could lose a team. Browns, you have a lot of history in the Browns. What do you think about that?
Well, I'll say first off, I hate to say it, I love the Bills. I think the franchise as a whole is a bigger joke than the Browns. And the reason for that is, even though the Browns were out of existence for a handful of years because Art Modell moved them, if you go back to their roots, back in the old AAFC, they were the championship team there. They were the ones that were winning all the time.
The Bills won 2 AFL championships, though.
Well, I'll argue with this, though. The Browns have more NFL championships than the Bills do. They won a string of them in the 50s with Jim Brown, Otto Graham, and that was with Coach Paul Brown at the time.
All right, well, haven't the Browns been a bigger joke the last 2 decades, possibly?
Well, I don't know. I mean, you have to...
Or overall, the Bills are probably a bigger joke because of that, but the last 2 decades, like you said.
If we're going just based on big-time wins and stuff like that, you can't really say that the Bills have won anything in the last 2 decades either.
No, 4 Super Bowl losses in a row kind of makes it bad. Some people would rather not go than lose 4 in a row, so...
All right, and now our next segment is Justin's Trivia Corner.
Welcome to Justin's Trivia Corner. This week's question, Bruce Smith has the Bills' single-season record for sacks. Who has the second most in Buffalo Bills history? This has been Justin's Trivia Corner.
All right, now it's time for Keys of the Game. Thanks, Justin.
You're welcome.
My key to the game is Trent Words doing well once again. All right, what's yours?
I think our key to the game is the secondary.
All right, what's yours?
Can Dick coach?
All right. Now it's time for the picks of the game. My pick is 24-23 Browns. What's yours?
Mine is actually 21-17 Cleveland.
All right, what's yours?
I'm going to be the pessimist here, 31-17 Brownies.
All right.
And I'm the hope, 14-7 Bills.
All right, thank you for joining us this week. Join us next week for the pregame show for the Jets.